Fly ball caught. Listen, I'm the one that says that.
Caught.
Welcome to Made in the 80s, episode 17. It's been a long time. We're still working on other things. We're definitely going to bring you the new podcast next year. I promise you. But for now, you're stuck with us here in the 80s. Made in the 80s. I'm your boy, Jay Boy, with my other boy, the Nardini, Thomas Nardini. What's up, big dog?
Hi. You
Hi.
told me to be positive. I'm.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I love
just like
life and food. I like
Yeah.
food and
You
bricks.
sound like my awkward voicemail after my mom said I sounded depressed
so
in my last one. I'm just so happy. There's so much to be happy about, isn't there? I feel rejuvenated the last.
Well, you're
going to
be happy once you get to these this thing here.
Yeah, once I get in my new hip.
Oh no! The recipient of a brand new plastic hip.
No, mine's gonna be metal. Actually, metal hip.
What metal are you going with? The alloy, a titanium?
It's a cobalt. It's a polished cobalt.
It's blue.
I don't know if cobalt is blue. I'm not a scientist. I certainly barely know any of the periodic table of elements, even though somehow in the 80s we were supposed to memorize all that. For what reason, I'm not sure.
Shit you not. I had to do that in high school. Perfect score. Perfect bracket.
Oh, yeah?
I couldn't tell you now.
You probably had a song,
bracket.
You know. It always worked when there was a song. Remember there was like a song to remember the states, California, Connecticut, you know. And maybe they must have had a good song for you to know that one.
We didn't have a song. No, we were too poor to sing.
Speaking of songs, a lot of music stuff to talk about tonight.
Oh.
Because in the last couple of weeks and since we've done anything, it's been a month or so, I went to the Power Trip Live in the desert in Indio, which I wish you would have come, but that's all right. I understand. You didn't have a car, so, you know, that's what happens. You could have walked. You just had to leave fairly early.
Walk through the desert for 4 fucking days.
Okay. Yeah. You'd be like Uncharted 2.
I'm good.
Or 3, Uncharted 3. Yeah. Drake's Deception or something. No. Man, what a freaking show. Obviously, we've already talked about it, so some of the excitement is gone, but like a bunch of bands I've always wanted to see. Obviously, having Ozzy there on Saturday would have been epic. First AC/DC show. Gotta love Franklin Hills. I used to live there. Thank you for the sirens.
Mm-hmm.
The Friday
How loud
night
was that siren coming through?
So loud.
Okay,
so loud.
Because it's pretty loud.
Yeah. Friday night, I showed up just about halfway through Iron Maiden, and dude, those old school Iron Maiden guys, like, they don't mess around, dude.
Yeah, they're hooligans. Like, they're soccer hooligans.
Yeah. A lot of old soccer hooligans, a couple killer mosh pits, and just some your typical, British scumbags, the soccer hooligans. There were so many of them.
They're just desert of California.
They all have that like high school wrestler look too. Like they actually weren't wrestlers, but they somehow all have cauliflower ears. Yeah.
Well, they get in the soccer scrums, of course.
Yeah, and then of course Guns was the second, and it was crazy because the key was there was the band finished, and there was an hour set up, and a lot of people cleared out so you could kind of scoot up, and so I was only maybe 4 or 5 rows back for Guns, and of course you and I have said this, and it was very obvious at that concert for some strange reason. The first few shows, the first couple years of the reunion were fantastic, but then it's a lot of like fake GNR fans who are just waiting for the hits. They're like, oh, play Sweet Child. They don't know anything. No deep tracks off Use Your Illusion. They certainly barely even know the deep tracks off Appetite, which most of the guys, even the casual GNR fans, know most of those still, but not no deep tracks off Use Your Illusion. Certainly nothing from Chinese Democracy.
It's a bad obsession.
I'm always messing. It's always messing my mind. It's so good. And it's funny because I got into an argument Sunday. I'll get back to the band lineup, but I got in an argument with Sunday because there's a lady next to me and she's going on about how bad Axl sounded on Friday. And he didn't sound that bad. Okay. He just didn't. and it's like groupthink. The story gets out there about something, and then everybody just starts talking about it and rolling it, and it's like, no. And the thing was, so Saturday night was supposed to be Ozzy's final concert and AC/DC opening Saturday night for Ozzy. First time they've played together since 2016. Could you imagine what that night would have been if Ozzy would have been able to make it? But so they got moved to the late show. And look, that show kicked ass. There were a lot of like dedicated and a lot of younger fans for that. That was of all the stuff for the weekend, the youngest fans, AC/DC. A lot of young girls like in their 20s, early 30s. And, you know, Brian Johnson did not sound great, dude. He just didn't. I mean,
everything seemed low energy, but they're like, you know,
the energy was not low. It was just the energy was decent. It's just that the
tempo of the songs even seemed down.
He was figuring his voice out again, and there was a lot of parts where he just could only hit the one spot, and that's fine. Who cares? He's fucking like 70 years old. Your voice is like your basketball skills. Like it goes as you age pretty significantly, and so to expect these guys, well, yeah, but to expect these guys to be able to do what they did when they were 20 and certainly even 40 is ridiculous. And so I started telling her, like, because she was gushing about AC/DC and ripping on Axl, and I'm like, look, this is ridiculous. Like, he doesn't sound that bad.
You know, AC/DC went to Axl when they needed help.
Oh, yeah, when they needed help. Yeah, exactly. What was it? Brian Johnson was having that problem with his ears or something?
His ears, yeah. And then they got this, like, implant thing. Someone reached out to him. And then it's all better. And the same guy tried to reach out to Huey Lewis too, because he had the same issue and couldn't tour anymore. And I don't know where that's at, but anyway.
I saw Huey Lewis when I was living in LA years ago, cruising around in that high-end Lexus convertible sports car, that like 6-figure one. Oh. He was like in Westwood. He kind of looked over at me. I was like, yes. Huey Lewis is so good, dude. He's so good. Yeah.
Classic.
I think he did a bump of coke and then he drove off. It was so perfect. Yeah. And
hip to be a square, huh?
Yeah, it is hip to be square. Did so obviously so Judas Priest played Saturday, filled in for Ozzy, opened the show, and they were fantastic, no doubt. And they have this dude who plays lead guitar for them now. He is this freaking stud, bro. He just looks like the most badass 80s rock guitar guy. He's like 40, but he looks about 28. He's got long blonde hair. He knows how to put the outfits on. Like, he just looks straight out of the 80s, bro. And he's sexy as fuck. Yeah, big bulge. Yeah.
It was big.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
enough to,
I'm sure that's why.
Or were you far away and it was still that bulgy?
I'm sure that's why Rob has him in the band, you know.
Because he's a homo.
He loves that, dude. I mean, if I was a homo,
that's the guy. Did you see that interview like 2 years ago? If you know this story, we won't put it, but Sebastian Bach defending Rob Halford.
In what way?
Okay.
Being gay?
Kind of, yeah. So Sebastian was on this podcast thing, and somehow the guys, they were like trying to be funny or whatever. And but they brought up like vocal exercises before the show. Like, you know, you have a hell of a set of pipes. What do you do? And then somehow Rob Halford got brought up, and he's like, and the guy's like, oh, I bet he just gargles cum to warm up. And Sebastian's like, what? No, that's my friend.
Got it.
I'm out of here. And he leaves.
Yeah.
And so he walked, boom, boom, boom. And then like 2 weeks later, that same show got Rob Halford on.
Nice.
And like everyone was like, ooh, do we bring it up? But of course they address it. And
do Rob's I bring it up?
Yeah. Rob's like, I'd just like to address something. First of all, I don't goggle, I swallow.
Oh, dude, that's great. Yeah. I love it.
And then he was singing Sebastian Bach's praises for, you know, standing up for him. But he was like, it's really not that big a deal. It was a joke. But
yeah, what it was a joke. Like, who cares? But I mean, remember how? I mean, we were kind of young, not that young, but it was so funny when he, you know, like they were like the ultimate like biker gang, tough guy, you know, rock band.
God, we didn't see it coming, and it was right there in front of us.
And then, yeah. Oh, I remember it was such a big deal. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. And I remember when I lived in LA, I told you we had one of our roommates was gay. We called him Gay Mike because he was gay. That's his name. So Gay Mike. Well, we used to go to a few bars with him just to make it fair, and you know. And I remember walking into a couple of bars in LA, gay bars. Yeah, or just some divey, seedier ones. Like the first couple times that I'm looking around and like there's biker dudes and buff guys and jocks and like all the things that you don't expect to be like the stereotypical gay dudes. You know what I mean? And I was like, I said to gay Mike, I was like, dude, are all these guys gay? He's like, yeah. Surprised, like almost like, haha, dumbass. Like, we're not all a bunch of fairies that run around, blah, blah, blah. So that was funny. But obviously that was a big story at the time, whenever that was. When was that? Like maybe early 90s or mid 90s? I forget.
Well, not that many people were like out at that time. Like,
at that time, yeah.
That ever been out was like Freddie Mercury, probably.
Right. Well, and that was obvious. Obviously, it's complete opposite end of the spectrum there of presentation,
And their band's name is Queen.
Right. Makes sense.
They did throw everyone off with fat bottom girls.
Oh no, they didn't. no, they didn't. They didn't throw anybody off.
Dude, that is like, by the way,
that's like the exact thing a gay dude says.
Anthem of Wisconsin, by the way.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of larger women there. God bless them.
Yep.
But man, do they identify with that song?
Yep. Oh yeah, it's a great song. But to me, that just like reiterates that Freddie was gay. Well, bisexual, whatever. Like that's such a gay guy thing to say. You know what I mean? Fat bottom girls.
So it's ride my bicycle. Bicycle.
So that was the show up until Sunday, and Sunday was the epitome of.
We're down to one viewer. One.
Who cares? Everyone watches the stuff later. Nobody tunes into lives. They all watch it later. Because then you'll look at it and
it worked too.
200 views. It'll have 200 and some views later. Everyone watches it later. They don't watch it now, and they scroll through and look at what they want. 150, 120. We've had multiple. However,
what day of this goddamn festival are you on? We're 15 minutes
Sunday.
Okay, good.
Was a dream come true for me. I've always wanted to see Metallica, one of my all-time favorite bands, and the way that when the swap happened, because I just needed, dude, it was a long weekend. I was sleeping in the van, 100 some degrees, just snacks and stuff.
Did you rent a van?
No, I flew out to Arizona, borrowed my parents' van, and drove there. Okay. Yeah. And so I skipped Tool because I'm not a huge Tool guy. And I was like, I just need all the energy I can muster for the Metallica show. And I'm so, so glad that I did that, because that show was unbelievably epic. And the energy, bro, that James and Kirk, especially those two guys, were putting out, it was, I can't even, and they built the stage out different than the other ones. It had like a big U shape where they could come out. So it ended up being where a lot of people didn't realize how that was going to be. So when they added it, all the people who were in front got to go inside the U and like be right there. And then the area where we were was like 4 or 5 rows back. So, I mean, there were 150,000 people there, and we were in the first 250.
But whose bulge was bigger between James and Kirk?
Oh, I know the guitars. James's bulge was big because his guitarist is so sexy. But Rob's, James is, dude. That guy brings it, bro. He's like 60 years old now. Yeah. Dude, and they played. 2 funny things happened. Well, not funny. They had the most amazing version of Fade to Black, which is my all-time favorite Metallica song. And then they talked about suicide awareness and stuff. It was really, really powerful. And then there was this part, he was playing Nothing Else Matters, and they were playing and Kirk was playing like a electric different intro. And it was funny because I was taping it, and then when he fucked it up, I stopped taping, and I shouldn't have because what?
I know you're old.
Why?
I was taping it.
Yeah. What am I supposed to say?
The fucking VCR. I was taping it.
Is it a VCR? What am I supposed to say? I was videoing it?
Recording it.
Okay. Sorry. I was taping it.
Watch it later on my
JVC.
JVC, yeah. Zenith.
My Zenith. Dude, so I'm taping it, and I stopped because he screwed up, and then I hurry up, push the button again. Like, no, this is hilarious. So he was playing this intro, and then he like somehow screwed up he might have even gotten out of key or something. It was bizarre. And he starts laughing, and he just stops, and he's like, oh my God. Like, look it up. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
I did.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I fucked it up. It's so hot in this goddamn desert." Whatever. Everyone started laughing, and then he just started playing it again. It was so genuine and organic. It was hilarious, dude. But they fucking rocked, dude. That show was amazing, man. And it's crazy because the entire weekend, and there were guys that were getting this the whole weekend in the pit for $800-900. Originally, they were, I think it was 1,600 right off the rip. But think about what you have to pay to be front row Metallica, just Metallica, you know?
Mhm.
Like, dude, forget it. So epic weekend. And then music-wise, we were talking the other day because Maddie and I are going to see Pink tomorrow night. And I know it was funny because we were talking. I said, there are 3 bands, strangely enough, who like soulfully at the most important moments of my life are so connected to me, like so many of their songs. And they're kind of very different. Bruce Springsteen, Ozzy Osbourne, and Pink are the 3. There's no doubt about it. Even though Guns is my favorite band and I like some, other stuff in different ways, those bands for some reason aren't involved in these really heavy emotional changing times of my life like those other 3 bands are. And there's certainly 3 of my favorites too. But for some reason, and obviously I feel like you're not a huge fan, but Bruce is a very spiritually connected
No, I'm
musician.
the opposite. I do not like Bruce.
I know.
I'm not a fan.
That's what I said. And Ozzy is the same way. A lot of his music to me is strangely spiritually based. And dude, I've seen him like 5 or 6 times. I would love to have said that I saw his last concert if that was going to be it. But maybe he'll do something else again. And then Pink, I've seen
one last send off. He deserves it.
Pink is fantastic in person too. Just fantastic.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So I'm very stoked about that one tomorrow night. And I don't know if there's 1 or 2 bands or artists that really connect you in your life, like to the emotional moment. Not like this is my favorite band, because of course, like Guns is a whole nother level of things, but not to those moments where like, oh my God, something's happening, I'm struggling with something, or some amazing thing is happening, and it always seems that Bruce or Ozzy or Pink ended up being the music I was listening to at the time.
For me, it's probably it is Guns.
Yeah.
And then Blink-182.
Strange.
Weezer.
Weezer's great, but not the same for me, no.
What, this has to be sad parts of your life? What parts?
Sad, happy, just like emotionally, like peaks and valleys. There's certain artists that you kind of gravitate towards.
So I guess, okay, peaks and valleys, not Weezer or Blink, I guess, but those were like, I really loved them in my formative years. So they are nostalgic and sentimental. Peaks and valley, the Doors.
But aren't there, like, okay, I don't know, maybe you don't do this, but there are times for me when I'm in my car and something is going on that's emotionally draining, whether it's relationship based or friendship based or tough life or a loss of something or someone or whatever. There's like certain artists that I just always reach for.
I guess for me, like it's not artists as their whole catalog, it's more specific songs.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's a couple artists that are honestly more prevalent.
Not when they were out, but in the last 5 to 10 years, when there's been some like very depressing times, 2 bands have come up: Alice in Chains and Smashing Pumpkins.
I could see Alice in Chains.
Well, they are very depressing.
All those 90s bands are very depressed, and that's why they're all dead.
Pumpkins are great, man. If you go back and listen, you'll really appreciate, like, holy shit, that dude is a fucking genius.
And he's such a nut now, like in a good way, you know? Mm-hmm. He's like a wild new age conservative / also like leave me the fuck alone. Everyone leave everybody the fuck alone.
I was well, I don't know if you'd call it dating, but to be a gentleman, I'll say dating. I was dating Hard, his assistant, for a while.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
By hard you mean like
by that
sound
I mean
effects.
We were not dating, but
oh
yeah.
Okay.
But the other part, yes.
Yes.
I think she was his assistant. I don't know, something associated with him.
Did you like were you banging her and you're like start singing "Today is the greatest day I've ever known"?
No. I right as I put it in, I go in. Wee.
Dude, you almost crashed your whole shelf. Dude, that would have been YouTube gold.
My whole
And then your whole thing
401k
goes
back
flying
there.
down. Yeah.
All my retirement gone in one Billy Corgan joke.
Yeah. Your 104K. Sounds like a radio station joke. So, all right, moving on.
Wait,
from
I
music.
saw Guns recently too, you piece of shit.
Oh
It's all
yeah,
about
we
you.
definitely. Yeah,
Jesus.
sorry. Well, I'm Conan to your Andy.
Well,
You
I
have to
saw
tell
it.
me like, hey, dude, come on.
I wore this specifically kind of for you.
Yes.
I've never worn
Is that
this shirt.
from the Hollywood Bowl shirt? No.
No. This is more rare. This shirt was only given to the crew of the You Could Be Mine video, which was the tie-in to Terminator 2. You've seen this before.
Oh, dude, that's sick, bro. Oh,
They've reprinted it, not Guns, I mean bootlegs, but the original one like this, dude, impossible to find. There's probably less than 50 made. Can't be that big of a crew for that.
Wow.
And yeah, dude, just amazing piece. But so I wore it for you.
What's that thing worth?
Collectibles in general are down a little bit, but at one time these were going for $1,000.
Wow, that's great for an old band T-shirt.
Yeah, that's up there, man. It's so rare. Like, forget about the rareness, just the graphically. It's so.
Oh yeah, for those
awesome.
of you on our podcast,
it's
it's half Terminator, half Axel.
The face is one half, Terminator, and then the other half Axel. Like, and
but
can you name
two
bigger like pieces of pop culture for like that time period?
What was that? 91? Yeah, 91. Yeah.
Actually, when I at the Hollywood Bowl this last show, the crowd was also kind of like yours, like largely dead. But when
the crowd at the gun shows now are so dead, and I like, dude, when I took Maddie to Detroit and we're in the pit, and I'm just like screaming every song, and people are looking at me like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know?
Yeah, I was
get him a mic,
aisle, like jumping up and down by myself like an idiot, loving it though, loving every minute of it.
Yeah,
and
loving every minute of it. Lover boy,
underrated band, man. A lot of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great show. And as always, like, of course, Axel doesn't sound like, we have a mutual colleague. I'll tell you who later. But it was just texting me. He's like, Axel sounds like shit. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, compared to 1988 Axel, yeah, of course he does. But dude's 60. They're on a worldwide tour for, years now. He can't, when he has it, he wants it, he has it. He still has it. You hear it in those brief little moments. But like, it's just when you're touring that much and that damaging of a singing style and you're almost 60 and you got
your voice cannot take that,
bro. You can't do that. You can't. And they play a 3-hour set.
Yep.
So it's like, what do you want the dude to do?
It's amazing that that he even has the ability to do that with the voice that he had. No one has that voice, specifically that kind of grimy porn star, cigarette rattled voice. And then they play every fucking night almost, dude.
Yeah. They play a lot of shows, man.
Boom, back to back to back. Then they'll take 2 days off. Then they'll be every other day. Then they'll do 5 more days back to back. It's fucking insane, dude.
I sent you that thing where he's doing the band intros, and there's that moment of old Axel where he's yelling. And he starts with like his soft little, and on the guitar.
Yeah.
And on the guitar.
And on the fucking guitar.
Dude, I feel like I've seen him plenty of times now. He doesn't do it 3 times like that normally. I feel like the crowd was that dead that he was trying to like, let's fucking go.
I can't believe the crowd would be dead at the Hollywood Bowl.
I've told you this though, man. No matter what the show is at the Hollywood Bowl, it's the way it's designed. All the energy goes up. It just gets sucked out of that place, and so there's never high energy shows there.
God, I just wish I could have gone to like the fucking Troubadour in 1987.
I know, me too. I was telling Sarah, like, dude, and I told you too, to be able to just see Guns N' Roses in Hollywood in my lifetime is a treat. Like, I'm good.
Not in this lifetime tour.
Touche. But like, yeah, dude, if I could go see them at the Whiskey or Troubadour, you better be flying the fuck out here.
Oh, dude, if there was any way to get, like, remember they played the Troubadour before they did the 2 Vegas shows.
Like,
could you imagine
tickets or some shit? I wasn't living. That was just before I moved here.
I'm telling you, one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Okay. There's a little place here in town in Lakewood, which is the gay neighborhood in Cleveland on the Lower West Side. There's a place there called the Fantasy. It's a tiny concert venue like the Troubadour. You right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Sebastian Bach and the new Skid Row lineup there randomly a few years ago. It's a venue that's made for 400 to 600 people, and they had packed in like 1,000, and it was real Skid Row fans that all knew all the fucking songs and lost their mind. And it was like, dude, that was the only concert I've been to because, of course, in 1987, I was 10 fucking years old. I love the music, but I'm not going to be able to go to any of the shows. So like, it was the closest I think I could have experienced to what it would have been like to be at a show like that in 86 or 87, where everybody knew all the music and everyone was going fucking nuts. It was so awesome, dude. That's one of the best shows I've ever gone to. Yeah.
So it was at an actual gay bar?
No, it's a club.
Okay, neighbor. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a club.
Fantasy does sound like a gay bar.
Yeah, it does. Of course. It's like the big gay club over there is called Bounce or something like that. But no, it's fantasy. It's just like a small concert venue just on a side street, kind of not downtown area, just on the outskirts of town. But yeah,
in Milwaukee, I don't know if it's still there, but my favorite, so cleverly named gay bar. It was like a Milwaukee Brewers baseball, like a place for gay baseball fans, basically, right?
Yep.
And it was called the Ball Club.
Yeah.
So dude, perfect.
You want to see and hear some of the best, gay innuendos, sneak it in names and shit. Go to a softball league, bro. Go to like a co-ed softball league, and there are some of the funniest, like gay names where they take funny plays on words and make it into, dude, it's hilarious. I remember because we play a lot of baseball in the summer.
Are you gonna get us canceled right now?
No, there's a bunch of fields that we use that have like, 2 baseball fields and 3 or 4 softball fields. And I remember I would always go over and look at 2 or 3 of the softball games and look at the names of some of the teams. I can't even remember any of them, but I should have wrote them down. They were so freaking clever and hilarious. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Those people should be in charge of renaming some of these teams, not some fucking Guardians, the Commanders, the stupidest names. And the funny thing is, so I went with my buddy last night to see this new Scorsese movie, the Killers of the Flower Moon.
3-hour nap? Oh.
3.5 hour movie. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's good. The beginning is very bizarre and strange, slow starting and whatever. And I'd read an article about this a couple months before it came out about the irony of renaming the Indians the Guardians, because based on how things were structured back then, because Native American Indians weren't considered actual members, citizens of the United States government, and they were part of their reservation. In order to operate for certain things within the structure of the United States, they had to have a U.S. citizen guardian represent them for things within that. And so many of those guardians took wild advantage of Indians at the time and like screwed them over for their rights. Like obviously now it'd be like screwing them over for their casino money rights, but it was like their oil rights and their land rights and their resource rights and whatever. And so they would use it and have so it's, dude, think just about that particular story. This a lot with the Indian community, where you had, Guardians taking over the Indians, and now they named the team the Guardians. You know what I mean? Like to break off the Indians. Isn't that bizarre?
It's for the bridge.
Yeah, it's for the bridge. The Guardians of Libtardia.
A better name would be the Cleveland Randy Newmans.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, I think they should have just used the Spiders if they had. They didn't need to change anything to begin with, but
right. But the Spiders was cool. It plays into the history.
Yep.
Down the Cuyahoga River, rolling into Cleveland through the lake.
All right, on to video games.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Half hour of bullshit.
You can all skip to the 29-minute mark. Okay. Heritage Auction went off last week, Friday, Saturday.
Oh my God, we're not even at the unboxing, are we?
No, we're just going to the auction first. We got to talk about the auction.
Do we have 3 big boxes?
Three boxes. It's an hour episode.
Well, we're already half gone.
I know. We're not going to talk that much. We'll sprinkle it in, but I will say the market still. I think it's kind of shuffling out the bottom. A lot of these pieces are fine. There's not a lot of buyers and sellers now that are looking for, flip deals and shit. So you're at the place where you have the true collectors, you have it's finding its permanent homes. You're seeing slow progression, either downward or upward in movement of sale. However, and I've been saying this for like 2 or 3 premier auctions in a row, the stuff that's still going off is the real rare stuff that's only been seen on Heritage once or twice or even 0 times. Stuff that has never been offered by them, even if it's a secondary title. Like the auction before, it was like Wolfenstein Super Nintendo and Gradius on Nintendo and whatever. Those all went like 10, 20x in the live portion. And it was the same thing here. Some of the rare stuff is what really still won the day. That deluxe set, unopened deluxe set, NES deluxe set that was high grade, that did 6 figures. That was a real surprise. That was an awesome sale. And even there were a few comeback stories. Like,
that was a huge surprise.
There were a lot of long boxes that were low and disappointed from PlayStation. But like the last so many auctions, Left Bros have been way down. There were some, $30, $40, $50,000 sales, and another one did almost 6 figures this time. So, there's some newer buyers coming in. There's guys that are hunting certain things, and certainly when there's long-term collectors who see something that hasn't come up in a very long time and you probably won't see again for a long time, they're jumping at it, So, it's an interesting auction. I'm trying to think if the VHS auction went off too, and that was obviously getting hit pretty hard, except for a few of the rares. But we were talking about like that first print Nightmare on Elm Street that came from the Motor City collection. That guy that was selling on eBay forever with that big boxes and boxes of stuff. That thing did 11.8, over 10,000. But God, during the peak of VHS, that would have been a 6-figure piece, maybe. You know what I mean?
50 to 100, probably.
Yeah, 50 to 100, but it would have been pushing it up there.
Yeah.
And
hey man, in April, crypto starts its cycle again. So maybe we'll see a few months after that little positive fallout.
Yeah, the Left Bros did 108, a high grade 988 plus. Right Bros did 12. I'm trying to think what other good solid sale. Oh, and then of course there was a heartbreaker for me. That one that I told you, that Zelda that I bid on about a year ago. That was the employee copy, and I thought I was the only one that was onto it. No one was bidding. I had the chance to probably get it from the lady, and it was under $1,000, maybe right around 1,000 the last day. And I bid 4,400 or something, and got outbid. I found out it was another fellow collector that got it. That thing did 50 grand, bro. 50 grand. That's the only known sealed copy that's hit the market of that second print Zelda. Which is the second prints of all those NES games are super rare for some reason. There's a short print run.
Your shirt should be gray.
Why? Oh, because of it would be badass, wouldn't it?
For those listening, he's wearing a Castlevania, awesome Castlevania shirt, the cover of the first release.
Yep.
And it's black. What a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I'll have to get a gray one. Because I've somehow turned into the Castlevania guy. I haven't unveiled everything that I have Castlevania wise, but I have almost everything.
As a collector, no matter
NES
what
Castlevania
medium you collect, there's always one title or one group or one movie. There's always one thing that somehow always
gravitates to you. Yeah,
yep, 100%.
It's crazy to me. The original Castlevania 1 for NES. I have had almost all of the different prints cross my hands in some way or another. It's crazy. And tonight we're going to unveil something very unique, which hopefully there'll be a proper appreciation for it. Let me see if there was anything else worth talking about from that auction. Oh, you know what I thought was really cool in there? They had and they had never offered these before. They had the first #1 issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly from 1989. It has Mega Man 2 on the cover. That did over 1,000. That's
what
a really.
Was it 9.8 or what was it?
9.0. 9.0.
Okay.
Those are actually fairly hard to find.
The early ones, yeah, and in good shape too. Yeah, those are really tough.
Yep. And then they had the first the one with Sonic on it of Game Informer.
Game Informer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also from 91, 2 years later. I would have really liked to have that EGM with the Mega Man 2 on it. That one with Sonic did 1,600. It was a 9.6.
Well, 9.6, dude, the paper they used on that, because it was kind of they didn't know if it would take off or not, is so thin and flimsy. I have one, and it's like, think of like back in the day, you'd walk into like not a store, but some kind of retail place, and they'd have those little like racks by the door of free newspapers.
Yep.
Like that.
Oh yeah,
of paper
that
stock.
shit. Yeah. Like look at your cards, Auto Trader.
Auto Trader. I ain't got
Auto
this
Trader.
one.
I mean, dude, back in the day before you had a cell phone, that's what you did when you were bored at a store, at a restaurant. You read the Auto Trader. Dream of all the Supras you can't buy, dude.
So what I'm saying is a 9.6 in that is pretty tough.
What's the first Game Pro? That's another one that would be a cool one to have all those first issues
Mortal
of the
Kombat.
That would be it would be cool to have all three of those, along with Nintendo Power, obviously.
Look, here it is. Game Pro issue 1. Oh, it's just like it says Nintendo, Sega, Atari. Ugh,
oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yep.
Yep.
It's got a football dude on there, just some dude with an eye patch and a gun and a vest. He means business, and then some kind of warrior type of fella. It doesn't say any specific games on the front. Just
I did look that one up the other day. It's like generic, but it's supposed to kind of look like some game characters, without actually pushing any copyright infringements.
So they cover a lot of shit in this thing. Holy Lord, I won't go down the list. There's like over 100 games they're covering, at least touching on. $350 cover price. That's a lot for back then.
Yep. What was the year?
It is. Does it say?
I think it was like 92.
It's got to be. I mean, it says Atari, for fuck's sake.
Maybe it's earlier then.
Yeah. 89.
Oh wow, same as the EGM. I would like to have that EGM. That's a cool one with Mega Man 2 on it, but those are so hard to find. That was actually a low price for how hard those are to find, even at a 9.0.
Someone's got a Game Pro 1 9.0 on eBay. What do you think the price is?
Oh, I think I looked it up. It's like $7,000 or something.
17,000.
17. Okay, there you go. Good luck. Good luck with that sale, buddy.
Ooh,
actually, a couple good
keyword stuffing. It says not Nintendo Power Magazine.
I'm going to get into these another time in the future, but two very interesting things. Obviously, a lot of people have talked about it. I've talked to the guy, super cool dude. He's got a hell of a paycheck coming. But first print Zelda popped up on eBay the other day. And obviously the dude canceled the sale because he got bombarded and realized that how much the thing is worth. It's not just a regular Zelda. But yeah, I mean, that piece is going to hit one of the auction houses. And that's going to be fucking wild, dude. I mean, there's so few copies of that. That's an all-time grail. That and early Mario prints are the two grails of video games. I didn't think another one would ever come out. And dude didn't even know what it, he knew that Zelda's great and whatever, but man, had no idea what a unique and amazing piece that was. I was just excited. I saw it as soon as it popped. I happened to be on eBay, and it was just nuts. There's more story to it. I'm not going to get into it right now, but just crazy that thing popped up and that I was able to see it the moment it hit and whatever. So, what an amazing piece that is for this dude. And when it, it's going to be at least $250,000, $500,000. Who knows? You get the right bidder in on it. Could be $1 million. So,
yes.
And then I did find out today that there was a very solid high grade, near top of the pop Super Mario World seal that did, I think, 50,000 plus or around there, which is a solid sale, and you and I both, that's probably your and I's favorite video game of all time. Is it not?
Yeah.
Oh, don't get so excited.
Oh, I was thinking. I mean, it's certainly, without a doubt, don't even take a breath, top 3. I guess I've never really ranked my top 3 at that point.
Well, that's another thing.
What?
Ranking my top video games.
I'm sorry. I almost got 2 sentences in before you pipe back in about JJ.
It's all about me.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, go ahead. Rank your video games. Do it.
I don't care. I'm done.
No, I want to do that because I'm going to have the unveiling, and I think you should have yours too.
I don't have an unveiling.
Oh. I'm really, really, really close to having completed my top 50 video games of all time. I actually got really close to my top 100 of all time. Can you believe that? And I got to the point where I was like, and somebody asked for one of my like lower numbers 70s to get something upgraded in my earlier number, and I made the deal, and I was like, there's just too many ins and outs and what have yous that I'm never going to be able to put it all together at the same time. And I was like this close to having them all sealed. I think I was like 1 or 2 away. And so I cut it down, and I'm starting to consolidate, and I want to eventually unveil my top 50 games of all time. For me personally, there's a lot that I don't consider them the top 50 games, but you know how we all have our connections to different games. These are, connection for me. So here's the first box coming open from CGC. I have probably 30 games to unveil.
I love those CGC boxes. I use that as a coffee table, or end table, I should say.
Yeah. You could. It's like IKEA.
I do. I do.
All right, I'm gonna.
Not a fan.
We'll try to rip through some of these, but there's some really cool pieces in here. I'm gonna skip over a few. Now this is a lot of CIB stuff that I've been saving for some years. That were all mint stuff that I put together over the years and just stuck in a box, saying, "Hey, someday when this really starts pushing." And the price is right. CGC had a fantastic sale going, $30 for a CIB. So I was like, I'm sending it now. And I do really like their cases for CIB NES stuff. And most of the stuff is super high grade or needs like one component swap to be top of the pop. I couldn't believe some of these stuff that came back. I haven't seen it myself. I've just seen the email with some of the grades. But there's some really cool stuff in here. So first game.
Commando. No underwear.
Commando 9. Commando. Commando 9-2 hang tab.
Ooh, now we're cooking with getting. Now we're wearing panties. That is a panty dropper. That Commando is a panty dropper.
Commando. Yeah, no rev. Hang tab 9-4 box. I mean, this thing is flawless. 9-4 box. This was a cool arcade game, if you remember. And I love these early Capcom boxes. The hang tabs are just so fucking cool, dude. They're just absolute grail.
A 9-4 hang tab, I mean, obviously because it's early is always more. But now that I've had my, been working on quite a few of these boxes, the cardboard is weaker on those hang tabs. So to have a higher grade, like insane grade 9-4 hang tab is just. Why?
I wonder if the cardboard was weaker because they needed to be able to perforate that cutout.
Maybe. I don't know. I just they warp and waffle really, really easily.
You know what's crazy is most of these are 86. 85, 86 hang tab release is just wild, man. To think this game is fucking, what is this thing? 35 years old.
You know what year your Castlevania is there that you're wearing in your shirt?
This one? Yeah, it's 80.
It's the best year ever.
87. Yeah, all Castlevania is 87.
Add another thing to the list, my friend. Pop culture 87.
87 was the peak of humanity. One of the grading companies hit that thing on it with us the other day about the first minute and a half of Money for Nothing, Dire Straits is probably the peak of human existence. And I started thinking about I remember that. Yeah, might have been. I wonder if that's 87. I think it was actually 85, but
that's earlier. I think it might even be earlier than that.
Yeah, look,
because that was one of the first videos to pop.
I think it's 85.
It is. That's not right. On the album Brothers in Arms in 1985.
Yeah, boy, you know it.
The year of my birth, my friend.
I don't miss it.
You looked it up, you sack of shit.
Abso-fucking, where'd I look it up? I got stuff in my hands. I know that.
Internet.
Bro, I
looked it up days ago.
No, I didn't. No,
you used your internet phone. You typed with your fingers.
Absolutely not. Bro, those are the years of your life that you remember every detail because you're just discovering the world.
I was 0 years old.
I'm talking about me. I'm 8 years older. I'm 7 years older than you. All right. That's a badass.
Your Judas Priest.
9-4 box, 9-4 cart, 8.5 manual. This thing, a manual upgrade.
8.5 manual?
Yeah. I should have sent it to you, right?
Moron. Is there?
I mean, but think about it. How much, even if you can find a 9.4 manual Or even if you had a 9.2 manual, you'd probably
9.4,
still be at a
9.2.
9.4.
Yeah, even a 9.0 maybe. I'd have to do the math.
Maybe
but-
you have to do the math. Yeah.
And I could probably get that to a 9.0 at a minimum.
Yeah.
Was there
All right,
pin
here's-
break on the manual?
I don't know, dude. There's 30 of them. I don't remember.
You're an idiot.
All right, here's
But
another
you
one.
remember fucking money from nothing? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Another one of the Capcom hang
Commando
tabs.
2.
Hang tab. Look at that hang tab. Hang tab Section Z, which is a really cool game, by the way.
What are the
Love
subs?
all these cover arts. It's just so early, mid to early 80s look to it. And look at the grade. 9.4. 9.4 box. 9.8 cart. 9.2 manual. That's a banger, bro. That's got to be top of the pop for that.
Press that manual, get to a 9.6. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow.
That's neat.
That's a neat one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, here's another one. Oh, please, dear.
Well, please, dear.
This was one of my favorite games. And this is I bought a bunch of stuff from a guy's collection maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I just missed him. He had sold all of the big titles maybe 2 days before I talked to him, but the person just bought like the Contras and the Castlevanias and the whatever. I bought everything else because he sold a lot of it on the cheap. All of his stuff was untouched components, pretty much. Everything that I've submitted has come back ridiculously high. This is another one from his collection. The boxes are not great because for some reason he unwrapped the boxes. He was a collector going way back. And then he had somehow gotten a hold of remember the plastic hang tabs with the sticky glue.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had taken the box out of the plastic and stuck one of those on the box and then hung it up in display in some game room that he had and never played them. Just as a display.
I had that Friday the 13th you sent me. Same thing.
Yeah.
And then and one, putting the hang tab on there, dumb. But two, because of that, it was like minorly sun faded, or maybe it was from the glue of the.
It's from the glue because when I did so much to try to take those off without tearing the cardboard, but it was inevitable that their outline was still there. Yeah. From the glue. This is one of them. You'll probably be able to see it. Actually, can you see it in the? Can you see it? There it is, right there. See it?
What am I looking at?
No, see that the tab. That's where that tab was, and the glue screwed up the box. I absolutely love this game, Rygar. 9.0, and look at the 8.0 box, 9.8 cart, 9.4 manual. All from that guy, and everything I probably have. If you're looking for high components for like second tier NES games, I probably have everything in 9.8, 9.6, 9.4.
I'm looking for one.
Yeah, which one?
Blues Brothers, a manual.
Yeah, that one I didn't have in that collection,
So
unfortunately.
shit.
Hey, you should contact CGC. I think they have a clean copy somewhere buried.
We got it floating around somewhere there.
Yeah, they got mine there someplace.
It's in some guy's top right drawer with like salt packets, soy sauce, a fucking spork and a wrapper.
This was an interesting one that I forgot where I got this. I think I got this from a friend, and I knew the box was going to be clean. And I thought the components were fairly clean, but it says, what was the notes here? Writing on cart and a tear on the manual. Boy, they really hit it for the tear on the manual, bro. But this thing, look, it still came back 8.5 with terrible components. This is one of my all-time favorite games as a kid, Metal Gear. Solid Snake.
Start of a franchise.
Bro, 9.4 box. 9.4 box, 8.5 cart, and a 6.5 manual because of the tear.
Wow, they got you there.
Well, I'm just going to look for nice components with this 9.4 box.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've talked about that Mount Rushmore of NES like titles or franchise. I think we agree the top three, hands down, no argument, are in no order: Mario, Zelda, Tetris. Correct?
Yes.
Whereas the fourth one, you can kind of pepper in a lot. It could be Castle. Someone could argue Metal Gear, to be fair, because that started a huge franchise.
You're talking about NES. Yes.
Yeah. Final Fantasy, I could see an argument.
Yeah. Metal Gear, Castlevania, Final Fantasy. There's a bunch. I think from the rarity of it and the cover art and how big it was at the time, I still think if you're going to slot something in there, it's Castlevania. But
I agree. 100%.
And the music, holy shit.
I 100% agree. It's
look, you got some girl hitting on you. I guess I'm chopped liver. Tomas, you look good. Kissy, kissy.
Nice.
I get nothing. I get nothing. I get no love.
Oh, that's
All right. This is a strange one. This is another one where I swear to God I sent in a manual, but maybe not. So it says manual missing. And I was so excited to have Batman with the bright blue. It's going to look so good. And they give you a grade with no manual, and it knocks it down to 6.5. But another
title that would look so good in blue, you get green.
And I get green, right? There's some where you want the green. Like Elevator Action I have in a green. And it's like amazing because it matches the box perfectly. But this is another 9.4 box. Dude, almost everything in this order is like 9.2, 9.4, 9.6 box. It's insane, dude.
You know what? I actually love. I know it sucks because it's green, but dude, I love my Tyson in green. It's just like money. It looks like some kind of bill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I do like that in green. Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like we were talking about that the other day, the blue wouldn't work with this red. Same thing with the first Zelda. Yeah. The green looked great, though, man.
Yeah, the green is... Can you just request, like... Or just fuck something up on purpose so you get the green?
Yeah, just put in the wrong manual like I did twice.
Yeah. All right, here's another interesting one from that same collection. Here it is again, and this is such a great box.
I can't remember. Is the logo embossed? Is it like raised up on that or no?
No, I think that's in the VHS.
VHS, right? Yeah.
I think that's in the VHS. So.
Ghostbusters!
80 box with a 9.6 cart and a 9.4 manual. Those are really hard to find for this game too. In that,
but 80 box is great because everything shows on that almost 90% black box. Really tough.
Yeah. I mean, just to get one of these in a 9.0 is tough. You know.
Hey, new movie's coming up. I gotta go tinkle. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm moving through. I'll leave you out of this one.
Real good
now. All right, this is one. Since you're gone, and it's interesting to see PS3 Heavenly Sword. I just loved this game and this cover art. Maybe it's my thing for redheads, but 9.2 A+. And it's always interesting to me to figure out how they grade the box grades on these. Is it the centering of the labeling? Obviously, if there's some dings or something in it or small cracks, that's going to be serious issues. But, you know, this is such a cool cover. And this was such a cool hack and slash game for PS3. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that one I got to save. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, here we go. Here's another high grade. Since I have the shirt on, and it's funny because I had a really deep love for this Castlevania 2, almost more than the first game until I got older. And then obviously reconnected to my early love for Castlevania. But yeah, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, first print, round seal, high grade CIB, a 9.2 box, 9.4 cart, 9.6 manual. Oh, what a beauty. What an absolute beauty. Are you back? Look at this. It matches my shirt, Castle 2, which was such a strange game where the night would come and the music would play and the people would turn to zombies and stuff. Look at that. That thing looks freaking
I got a cookie.
Nice. You pig.
Not pig. It's healthy. It's pumpkin for one.
Okay. Yeah, I love pumpkin.
And you would because you're fucking have the diet of an idiot. I love vegetables and no meat and no alcohol.
And I love pumpkin stuff. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Look at that. 9.4. Castlevania cool. Simon's Quest. Did you play a lot of that game? I love this game.
No.
What do you think's the greatest Castlevania of all time? The first one? Or Symphony of the Night? Symphony of the Night is
it's
probably
down
the greatest.
Those two. Let me just
Oh, dude, this is a banger, bro.
I mean, hold on. Are we talking which one I think is the coolest?
No, just gameplay. The best gameplay.
Symphony.
Yeah. Because Castle 1 is fucking hard, bro.
All of the fucking games are hard, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Castle
Symphony.
1 really.
I'll give a little shout out to the Castle 4 on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, great game. But the 1 and 4, 1 and Symphony are the two best by far.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, look at this freaking Grail. This game never comes up, dude. Muscle, only available in a hang tab. That's all this game ever came in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this was one of my favorite toys to play with as a kid. I have so many. Look, they sit on my freaking computer.
It's a strong guy.
Dude. Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does Maddie love those?
Yeah, they're all over the house. She's like, what the fuck is
He
this?
just plays with them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Dude, this game is so hard to find CIB. It's impossible to find sealed almost. But this game, look at this. 9.0 box, 9.6 cart, 9.2 manual. Look at that beauty.
She's a gem.
A gem. Game wasn't very good, but who cares? It's
Please,
muscle.
dear.
Please, oh, please, dear. See, we're already through one box. You're doing shots.
Shots? What are you talking about? I had a cookie.
Oh. Shot. All right. See, we're on to the second box already, you big sissy.
Well, I'm sorry you did a half hour on a concert you went to.
Oh, well, they can skip it. I'm trying to see which one of these was earlier. All right, whatever. I'm just going to bust this. Just go in whatever order they are here, and we'll shoot for the best.
God, I want another cookie.
Huh?
I want another cookie.
Well, go get one. I'm cutting the box open.
It's only going to leave one left.
Yeah. Well, you leave one for her, then you don't look like a complete selfish asshole.
I don't want to get hit.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm doing it. I'm having a cookie. Hold
You
on.
have a cookie. Here we go. Box number 2. Here's another one from that collection. They got a wide selection. How about this rarity? Wow, this was one of my favorite games. I mean, so many of these are my favorite. I used to have this sealed back in 2004, 5, 6, 7. This one got sold when I moved in 2009, along with Elevator Action and a few of the other titles. But here's a super high grade, non-Rev A, and it looks so good with the blue. I don't know if you played much of this game, bro. Did you play this game? Oh, he's not on there yet. There he is.
What game?
That's your
Huh?
cookie?
Ooh, what? No, I did sell a CIB copy recently, but no, I did not.
So I was saying I had this sealed from 2003 or 4 till I sold it in 9 with so much of my other stuff. This is such a great fucking game. Legend of Cage. Some of those Taito releases are so good.
Super
And
cool.
look at this.
This is such a cool treat. Do you remember these from the 80s?
Oh, yeah, with the sticks
Were you allowed to eat
and
these?
that chemical cheese? No.
Pussy.
Nothing in there is actually food.
Okay. Well, I go
Yeah.
check.
Look at that.
No,
Look at the
great.
look at the
box.
grade.
Yeah, I love the old
9-4,
Taito stuff.
9-4, 9-4, 9-2. And it's an error print. It's an error card. And they don't deduct for the error.
What's
Missing
the error?
staple error.
In the manual?
Yep.
Hmm.
Missing staple error. Cool.
You know what these this non-food cheese and breadsticks are? It's not missing
What?
flavor. It's outstanding.
Yeah, well, that's why. That's why everyone's fat, sick, and nearly dead.
Me?
Everyone.
Yeah. I'm in phenomenal shape.
All right, here we go. This one is not a hang tab, unfortunately. I think they made this in a hang tab, but it's another high fucking grade, dude. Look at it. And I love this cover art. This is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
1942. What an arcade classic.
You sure they didn't make that hang tab?
I know. I think they
I know
did.
there's a 5-screw of it.
I think that there is a hang tab of this as well, but it's a super rare game. And look at the grade, dude. Look at the grades coming back from the submission. Another 9-4, 9-2 box, 9-4 cart, 9-4 manual.
Outstanding.
Bang. Dude, they just keep rolling in. Here's another hang tabber. Dude, this is one of the early Data East hang tabs. Super freaking cool. Look at this thing. Wow. I love this. tag team wrestling. Look at that cover art, dude.
Outstanding. 9-0.
Dude, that thing is beautiful. A 9-0 with another 9-4 box. All these boxes are near top of the pop or top of the pop. 9-4 box, 9-0 cart, 8-0 manual. And look at the hang tab. Another these early hang tabs of the Data East don't exist that much. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Dude, I have so many of the early NES in I don't have, it's funny because I have some of the bangers, but just like one copy. This was a strange one to me. I've heard multiple varying reports on this, however, we'll see. So I got another qualified, Goonies 2. What a great game with the yo-yo, right? It's an 8.5. It's an 8.5 box. So this is the early non-rev box, okay? And it has 8.5 box, 9.4 cart, 8.5 manual. It says incorrect cart because this is supposed to have, they said, the 5-screw cart, which I have another copy of this that's high grade in the 9s with the 5-screw cart, a 9.8 5-screw cart, by the way. But I have heard previously that this was one of those titles where sometimes it had the 5 and sometimes it had the 3. I guess, according to them over there, that's not the case. But so I guess I was mistaken. But that was going to be my second type. Have it your way, dude. Fine. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my black box slalom. Look at that. This to me, in my opinion, is maybe it's because I'm a snowboard hill guy. Like, this is the coolest freaking NES black box title. Cover art wise. Dude, that is so freaking rad, dude.
It is cool. I'll put Excite Bike up there with it.
Yeah, that's probably another one. But look at this great, dude. Hang tab slalom. Beautiful hang tab on the back. And a 9.4 box. 9.2 cart. 9.4 manual. You know how hard that is to get those grades in black box Nintendo? Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
9.4 box and 9.4 manual on a black box? Get out of here. Forget it. Doesn't exist, dude. Doesn't exist. Here's another one. Dude, this is such a cool box art, too, even for a re-release. I love the Zelda Classic Series release, and I love the Metroid Classic Series release.
Do you remember when I was driving back out here, I stopped at some GameStop. I had to stay overnight in like Denver or something, and they had one. It was $100. I should have bought it. I regret that.
Yeah, I remember that because I told you about this one. So this is a unique piece for me. I've had this piece for almost 20 years. And I know I told you that I played and had and collected a bunch of games, and everything went at some point in time in the 90s. And then I started collecting again in 2003, and I bought this game then, a mint copy, and I just had it in a box for fucking 20 years. It's one of the few pieces that have survived 20 years of new sealed and CIB collecting. And it's a freaking 9.4 box, 9.2 cart, 9.4 manual. Look at the thing.
Beautiful. That is a title also that if someone wanted to argue that should go on the Mount Rushmore of the Nintendo games, I could understand.
Possibly. It's just, to me, I liked Kid Icarus better.
Kid Icarus ain't on anybody's fucking Mount Rushmore.
Here's another one. Dude, this is a fucking banger. I loved this game, dude. This was a top title for me.
Akari
I love
Warrior.
it with the blue Akari
Tough one to
Warriors.
find clean.
And it was a great arcade game. And look at this thing. Hang tab Akari Warriors. Super fucking rare.
Mm-hmm.
SNK early release. Look at that. Look at that blue with that. Looks so freaking cool.
That's
and
great.
Yeah, 9.0 box, 9.4 cart, 9.0 manual, 9.2 overall. Woo!
Ooh, ooh!
Man, that thing is sexy.
It's
Most of these are
looker.
going to
It's a real
stay
looker.
in the high-end CIB collection, but a few of them will be available. Oh, here's another banger. Dude, look at it. One after another near the top of the pop. Look at this fucking thing. And this was such a cool game.
Hell yeah.
In my opinion, it's a great at-home NES game, not like the arcade games.
Tough game.
You
Really tough
played each turtle individually and switched out for different missions.
Yep. So what? 9.4 box.
9.4 box, 9.6 cart, 9.4 manual. That's got to be top of the pop or near it. And it's just immaculate. Dude, I mean, every box we're pulling out of here is 9.4. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
well, this is an unusual one that I just, you know how much I love Uncharted. So I just I wanted to see a copy of Uncharted 2 in the blue. Such a great game.
It's pretty. It's a good game.
You played all of them?
1, 2, and 3. Was there a fourth?
The fourth one is great.
I
Thief's
don't
End,
think I played the fourth.
PS4.
No,
So good, dude.
I just
Yeah,
did all
this
PS3.
is a matching set of the two. 9.4 A pluses, both of them.
A plus,
Yeah.
not A plus plus.
A plus is actually, I feel like CGC is, you know how WATA was a lot easier with its seals and then they got harder, and CGC's kind of came on later, and so I feel like their seal grades are strict, like pretty darn strict, man.
Yeah,
don't
that
hand them out.
Bioshock I had came back A plus plus, and then that Back to the Future I had, which was like, oh, it is A plus plus. Never mind. I agree.
Yeah, they're strict, dude. The seal grades, they're not handing out A plus pluses like WATA did early on. All right, we're down to the last box here, Home Slice.
Oh no!
God damn it, this thing. Fucking cord. Can I
I'm
get
hungry,
some?
man. I'm getting hungry.
Dude, you just ate 2 cookies.
2 pumpkin cookies and a little mini cheese breadstick. That's nothing.
Mm-hmm. People are wondering why the hell I picked the Castlevania shirt. Oh, God. Oh, dude, this is going to be great. Here we go. This is going to be the moment you've all been waiting for, the moment you've tuned in for.
All one of you. Very excited.
Very excited. You be my friend.
Great success.
Be my boyfriend.
Yeah, I'll be your boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, I'll be your boyfriend. Oh, look at this. This is one I didn't even have them
that guy.
bother
he
grading.
realizes it's smarter to just say,
Look at that beautiful VGA acrylic ungraded. This was a box return, and it's still really nice.
ungraded?
Ungraded. Yeah. This might be my playing copy. I'll decide about it later. Okay. Here we go. Oh,
Here we
dude.
go!
One of my all-time favorite NES boxes. One of my all-time favorite NES games. At near top of the pop. A 9.6 of this sold at Heritage 2 auctions ago for like $2,000. And this is a near. I know there's 3 copies of this that exist sealed. I know everyone that has one, and they won't move them. And this is one of my all-time favorite boxes and games. Look at that,
Oh, yeah.
Kid Nicky. It's like Adventure Island, but you're a ninja.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Super tough to find clean. Super tough.
Dude, love it. Look at that. 9.4 box, 9.4 cart, 9.4 manual across the board. 9.4
I
across
love when
the
it's
board.
whatever the grade is. I love when it's equal across the board. It just
Yeah,
makes
it's like
it more like
Yahtzee.
legitimate, like Yahtzee. It is a Yahtzee, but it just makes it like, oh, that was probably the actual original components. Nobody fucked around and just put it all together.
Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the Rev A version. I have a high grade copy of the non-Rev 2 first print, but I'm glad to have this one with it now too. But that 9.6 did $2,000, and that was the non-Rev first print.
Origin story of Darling, Nikki.
Who the fuck is
Prince
Darling?
reference.
Oh, okay.
It's about
All right, I have a couple of these coming, and these will be available for people that are looking to put them in their collection. Nice 8.5 left rows. 8.5 left rows at 8.5 box, 8.5 cart, 8.0 manual, almost across the board. You know, and you feel like you're going to get fair value there. It's not somebody trying to poach like your 8.0 box with a 9.4 manual or a 9.4 cart, you know.
Yeah.
In some ways, that doesn't always help the sale, but and then another one, another 8.5, and this is your favorite 8.5 across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Mario 3, left row.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. Yahtzee! What a great game Yahtzee is.
Outstanding
Outstanding game.
God. And you know what, though? When I play people that have no strategy, I start to get irritated very quickly. I have like a Walter Sobchak level of like going off the hand. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5, and like a 1, and you're going to try. Don't go for the inside straight draw. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Wait for the 2, 3, 4,
Dude,
5.
Yahtzee's so good.
Then, Yeah, tough one.
9-0 Double Dragon first print round seal. Such a great box. Such a great game.
Outstanding. Or people who
9
use their chance on like the second roll. Like, what are you doing?
Uh-huh.
Save your chance. Well, it's 23, so that's pretty good. Like, no. No.
Oh, we're having Yahtzee strategy talks.
Oh my god.
Double Dragon, 8-5,
Outstanding.
9-4 cart, 9-4 manual. Woo!
Really tough to find.
A mint box of this is near impossible to find. And the top of the pop of this is only like 9.2 because the boxes are so. I need to find one somehow, some way. One of these years, I'm going to find a near mint box because I have a WADA graded 9.8 carton manual. 9.8, bro. That I want to find a good box, a WADA box, and make that thing into what it deserves to be. Oh, here. This is
box was 8.5?
8.5, yeah.
What's wrong with it?
It's got actually something that you might be able to do a little magic with your wand. It's got
Top
like
flap?
It's got a top flap crease at the top. You see it?
No, just send me pictures later so I can't see shit, dude.
It's got a non-color break crease at the top.
I mean, those creases, you can make them a little smaller, but they don't really come out. But that alone isn't going to make it 8.5. There's got to be something else.
Yeah, there's some other little bit of wear here and there, but look at this, dude. This is another gem. This is probably up there with Excite Bike and Slalom, whatever, as one of my favorite NES boxes, dude.
Black
Absolutely. Black boxes, yes. Hang Tab.
Oh, pro wrestling.
Hang Tab Pro Wrestling. Look at that, dude. Oh, my God.
There's just a certain magic to that simple graphic design of those black boxes. They really hit it. They hit a home run on the first swing. Like, they nailed it.
Nailed it, bro. And there's so much nostalgia to these boxes with that cover art and those graphics. It just takes me back to 1986. First Nintendos. Going to your friend's house, playing these. Everyone wanting to just play these games. You know? And look at this thing. 9.4 box, 9.6 cart, 9.0 manual on an early Hang Tab black box. Dude, this shit is unheard of, bro.
Is that from the Out Here collection?
No, this one I picked up somewhere else.
Okay.
No,
because his stuff wasn't that high.
His stuff was not that high, no. The best
like
I got out of that
8.59
was that
at best.
9.0 balloon fight. That was the best game of the whole lot. Most of the
Was
stuff
that sticker
was
seal or no?
No. None of it was. And then I got a cart of that 9.2 Pro Wrestling because it's just such a cool cart.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, loose cart grading in a CGC slab is the way to
So
go.
cool.
It just looks awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of, hey, I'll go tit for tit with you. There
Yeah.
you go. Speaking of black
Let me
box
see your
line too,
tits. Oh, there you go. Excite Bike, 3-screw, 5-screw.
5.
Oh, wow. Yahtzee. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is an interesting one, and I actually love it in the green, bro. I'm so glad this came back in the green for whatever reason. Okay, there we go. Castlevania. Hang Tab. Green. Look at how fucking cool that green is, dude.
Looks great. What's the issue with it?
It's a 9.2 box with a 9.0 cart, and I must have screwed this up somewhere because you know I'm not this stupid. It has an oval seal manual in it. I must have swapped the wrong, maybe the one I sent you or something.
You didn't send me a manual.
Oh yeah, I sent you the cart, but somehow this got screwed up. But I'm actually glad it did because it's a 9.2 box, which for a Hang Tab is pretty freaking awesome. Let's be real. And I just love it in the green. I'm not going to sell it anyway because I have everything Castlevania now pretty much. So I'm not going to sell it. And it just looks even better in the green than the blue.
9.2 box, 9.2 cart?
9.2 box, 9.0 cart, 8.0 manual. And the incorrect manual is the low grade anyway.
Yeah. I tell you though, man,
Hang
those
Tab.
circle seal manuals are tough.
Yep,
For Castle to
absolutely.
find clean.
But I like it in that green, dude. That looks fucking dope. All right, we're rolling down to the last few.
I've yet to see, I've heard about it, but a red fucking label.
Yeah, what is that? Something wrong, like mold
Restored.
or something? Oh, restored. Oh, look at this. This looks good in this. It really does. Even though the old WADA one picked up so well, but that thing looks sexy. White Bullet
the white
Tyson.
bullets. That the green label. Look here, hold up the green.
Yeah.
It
put
really
'em up.
does look better. Like obviously, it's not as.
Back it up. Get the shine away. Let's get a perfect picture.
This is the best angle I can do for no shine. Because if I go the same angle, it's,
Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
Dude.
no, you know what? The blue does look good.
Give me smile.
No.
The blue looks so good, dude.
Yeah.
Because it picks up the ring rope. You know?
Oh yeah, good call. I
Yeah.
didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it picks up the ring rope.
What's your subs? Hold up your subs, bro. Show me your subs.
7.5 box, 8.5 cart, 8.0 manual. And it's funny because like of all the titles, except for like early print Mario or something, or first print Zelda, the Tyson White Bullets, like an 8.0 overall is a pretty high value still. You know what I mean? Like people just pay. I mean, this probably sell for $1,500. You know what I mean? Crazy.
I have an 8.5 White Bullet green label though. That was the one I put the wrong manual in.
Another Uncharted.
Like, God damn it, just put the wrong one in. Yes, Drake's 9.4. Neato gang.
All right, this is it, dude. Last one. I've been saving it. I picked the right box. This is how. Let's just be real. Once I called you and told you that this existed, how many nights sleep did you lose?
Oh, 7.
7. No, but okay. You didn't lose any night's sleep, but you told me you were up at the middle of the night thinking about it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't sleep, and like not because of that, but then I did start thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought about it for days, and the more days that went by, the more I was like, I can't believe this exists.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty
it's
crazy.
just I
didn't even think title.
And in a marquee title. So let's preface it like this. Look at the water report, which is now, forget how many years it's been out, but how long they've been grading. I think it's about 5+ years now, maybe coming up on six years. CIB. There are, of all their CIB graded games, there are exactly 3 9/8s. 3. And they're 2 titles. One is Wario's Woods. Fucking cares.
Million copies of it.
Million copies of it. Is a stupid game and it's just a whatever. Not okay, so who cares? And then some fucking bizarre game I've never even heard of. If anybody can fill us in on what the hell this game is, let me see it. It's called
Zelda.
It's Zelda. It's called Zao.
Zelda.
It's called Zao. Reformat Reboot. I'm guessing it's not a.
No, that's like that's not a game.
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of a technical thing that you needed to do something for the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that no one ever touched or used or opened. That's the only other 9/8s on the water report is Wario's Woods, 1 copy at 9/8, and Zao, Zao, Zhao Zhangzhong. It's like when you meet a Chinese guy and he's like,
no, we're not getting canceled. Not on that,
dude. And you look at his driver's license because a Chinese guy hit me once, and he's like really nice, but he hit me, rear-ended me or something. And he's like, dude, I need your driver's license, bro. And he's like, oh yeah. I was like, what's your name? And I look, and it's like 7 different names. And they all begin with Z, like Zhao Zing, Zhao Jing, Zhang. And he's like, but you call me Johnny. I was like, okay, Johnny, whatever you want, buddy. Love that. So
it's not an original release.
What, Zhao?
Well, maybe it is. I don't know, man. I'm trying to, there's not a lot of information.
ZAO reformat.
I know, I got it spelled right. I have it.
What is it?
I'm working on it. Okay.
Supposed to have this stuff ready.
Oh, for a title I didn't even know was coming up after an hour and 15 minutes of Jay's van life concert talk. Yeah, it's just some looks like some repair disc or something like that for the system.
Okay, so in reality, there is one known 9/8 CIB in title in all of NES. Wario's Woods. Until now. Now there are 2. 9/8. Castlevania, bro. Of course it comes to me. It somehow comes to me, bro. Of all people.
Slow clap with the shirt. Although your shirt, yeah, but if your shirt was gray right now, come on.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? Put it together, and what have you got?
They would have given you a 10.
The 10. And this thing was, dude, I'm not kidding. And this is what I love about this. I've been holding this for a while to get it in the right place, the right time, at whatever. And the box was as clean as any box I had ever seen. Like, it was one of those boxes, like, you know, if you want to try to open it without screwing it up, you had to open it with a butter knife because the cardboard was so, like, solidly compacted in there. It looked, I mean, I can't imagine that there were games that came off of the assembly line back then that looked as good as this with zero wear. I was actually in some ways surprised. I thought if there were ever going to be a 10 box, this would be it. I mean, the thing is absolutely freaking immaculate, bro.
The seal?
It's still in the seal, yes. And it even has the seal on top. When I got this from the guy like 4 years ago, the only thing was it was slit along the top.
Mm-hmm.
Enough that you could open it. But I asked the guy, I was like, dude, did you ever open this? And he was like, yeah, I think once. And I looked and it did have a little paint break. But the thing was untouched, bro. Absolutely untouched.
Even if he opened it once, like, you know, hard. Even if you're being careful, you know how hard it is to open those things and not leave a trace.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially from factory new. One little press in the wrong area and you're done.
Yeah, look, plastic on top all the way around. See it?
Yep.
Just has a line, bro. 9.8 CIB Castlevania. Now it's an oval seal, but dude, who cares?
Put it on the shelf. Give the people what they want.
This is the grail of CIBs. I don't know if people are going to appreciate it the way that I feel that they should, the way that I do. Like, I never thought a 9.8 CIB would exist in a marquee title. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And look at the subgrades, bro. 9.8 box, 9.8 cart, 9.6 manual for a 9.8 overall.
I could have made it a 9.
You could have maybe made it a 9.8.
Could
you imagine a 9.8 Yahtzee? 9.8 Yahtzee Castlevania. Holy shit. There it is.
Yeah, Jay is a fucking dunce.
Are we done then? Are you signing off that quickly after? I mean, you don't want to take this in one more time. Like, look at how freaking sexy that is.
Beautiful. I told you, put it on the shelf. Give it a proper spot. Throw something else, knock something else off the shelf to the ground.
Yeah. Get this garbage pail kid. I got to get it in the right spot. All right, here we go. We're gonna put it right.
See it. Give people a little theater. Story.
Dude, look at that.
It's too close to the edge. Move it back.
There's no room to move it back. All right.
Oh, you're gonna get a Cleveland earthquake, and you're gonna be fucked.
We get them once in a while. That's the earthquake. 9.8 CIB Castlevania. Oh my god, dude! Right?
I love seeing you happy.
Oh my god, I have everything Castlevania. Half the stuff I haven't shown yet. It's mind-boggling to me that game, and it's the greatest video game soundtrack of all time. It's almost like some awesome rock band from the mid 80s got, paid to make it. Dude, don't ruin the Castlevania love right now, okay? We're living the high life.
Love. I don't know if I agree with best video game soundtrack of all time.
It's close. Well, who's better?
I mean, Super
Mario World, yes, okay, but not better. I don't think it's better. And certainly for guys like us, like Castlevania 1 soundtrack is like a fucking, it's like Stranger Things. It's like a rock soundtrack of all.
I'm going to say one I think you'll agree with. Why are there balloons going off? Did you see that?
No.
Balloons just went up and down my screen.
The fuck is going on?
It's not my birthday. I'm going to say
don't look in the gutter.
Are up there. There's more balloons.
Holy shit, dude. What is going on right now? Yeah, I did see him that time.
Crazy. Yeah. Donkey Kong Country and BioShock.
BioShock is fantastic, but I'm talking, that's a modern game. Let's be real. It's different.
You just said video game soundtrack.
Okay, I know, but it's up there, no doubt. But I still think Castlevania takes the cake because
Cohen's masterpiece how early is a masterpiece.
It was. How early, yeah, dude, he's so good.
Aquatic ambiance on.
I wish there were more of a grail to that game somehow, somewhere, but they're just not. They're just.
I mean, I think I agree with you. The only way you get it is if you get that 9.6, 9.8 slip cover. that's the only kind of
Yeah.
grail you can add to it.
Yeah,
Like,
and even that, it's like, okay, $1,500, $2,000. There were a couple that
criminally
went crazy.
underpriced.
Yeah,
Criminally underpriced.
and one of the 5 greatest games ever.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
What a great story and philosophy and
Yep.
choosing your destiny. And
Yep.
did you save
Oh,
those
dude.
girls? You kill them. You harvest
Yep.
them.
Oh yeah, dude, so good.
Which one did you choose? Did you save them or did you go?
Oh,
Epstein
I
with the
saved them
adrenochrome?
forever. I saved them the first 4 playthroughs of that game. Finally, then I was like, I want to see what happens when
I
do
saved
this.
them the
But
first
you can't
time.
do
and
it.
the
It's
second
hard,
time,
man.
I was like, oh, fuck these goddamn things slowing my progress. Fuck them. Kill them.
Give me some plasmids.
Give me the plasmids. Give them to the big daddies. Let the chips fall where they may. Andrew Ryan.
Andrew Ryan, dude, look
She's
at
a
that
beaut.
9-8 CIB Castlevania. The
only
only one in the
world.
world. The only one in the world.
How
The
did we come to
only
that same
9-8
thought?
CIB in the world besides Wario's fucking Woods. Wario's
Enzo!
Wood. Wario's Wood is a really weird Japanese porn. Those kinky fucking Japs, they love that shit.
What? Come on. We made it this far. Almost got canceled a few times, and here we go.
I grew up
Last
with my
minute of the
grandfather who
game,
fought
we
in the
could
war
just,
in
we could just
Japan.
take a knee and run out the clock. And what do? You fake spike it.
Yeah, call me. Who did that this year and blew the game?
Fake what?
No, they should have just taken a knee and the game would have been over. Oh, Miami Hurricanes. Oh my God, I just Miami Hurricaned it.
Yeah, you, Jimmy John. How about them Cowboys?
All right, well, we're signing off. Nobody's listening anyway. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway, Monty. Hey, thanks for joining us. Episode 17, Made in the 80s podcast. We got a bunch of new stuff coming up for you next year. We're going to do the Mount Rushmore podcast. I promise you, we like counting down what's our top 4s of anything, so we're going to do that. I hope you enjoyed the CIBs and some of our banter, and we'll talk to you all later.
Okay. Goodbye.